Ready here for the first. The revs build up and Noel gets away, but it spins a lot of wheels. But I think Noel, he's getting a little bit swamped, but he just will have been happy as he gets through there. He gets it back into second position on sheer power, but my goodness, did Noel light up the wheels there.
He just absolutely screamed like a dragster there, and he had to do a shuffle to keep the pesky little Formula 3 cars away. They were swarming all over him. Jonathan Files then joins in the field there. This is all the noise, all the glamour that you wanted to see. Jonathan Files, stuck in the pit lane below us here. This is boss racing here. Oh, Tony Green and then making a move on Noel Robinson, and Noel just plants it down the back straight. Very, very little seat time in this car. Michael Roach battling away then in front, but Ken Carey has it well out in front. Noel Robinson then is starting to wind up this much bigger Nissan V6, and away goes Alan.
So down they go towards Colonial for the first time, but my goodness, Ken Carey, remember he took the lap record in that car, well not that car, the one he had previously at Mandela Park in the start of the year, and Ken really is pushing it on. You can see how much he has increased the gap to Noel Robinson between entering Colonial 1 and arriving at the chicane. Noel Robinson will take a little bit back on sheer grunt and outright speed down the back towards the hairpin. You can see Tony Green in it closed in, and then Tony will just see that gap opening up. Noel, who would be the first to admit he's just had it prior to today, he's only had 3 drives in the car where they were over at Donington. They had it here at Kirkistown Wednesday, and then yesterday that he has a lot of learning to do with it. Carey, it is a new car to him, but he's familiar with them. He goes across the line of 53.246, Robinson at 53.57, Green in his third, Aaron Cochran is fourth, and then it is Michael Roche in fifth.
Then Tom Cochran, Dan Flaherty and Gary Graham. Jonathan Files just reporting to you here has been pushed back in the pit lane. The beautiful martini colours, but Ken Carey it is out in front with a head down. Man, back on these shores again in Ireland. A couple of years in England, in fact several years in England there, really putting this experience to good use. And we've got Aaron Cochran in fourth place, chasing the car that he was driving last year, the orange car, been piloted today by local man from Hilltown in County Down. It's Tony Greenan in third, Aaron Cochran in fourth, Michael Roach from New Ross in fifth, sixth Tom Cochran, and then it's Dan Flaherty. The bright yellow ex-Jordan colours of Gary Graham.
Another fastest lap there from Ken Carey, 53.076, and he is really pushing it on. This time he had it well up onto the curb, going through Fisherman's, and saying that Noel Robinson gets a really big twitch just in the middle of the John Crossley chicane. Tony Green in there coming through in third spot, and then it is Aaron Cochran trying to close in on him. It looks as though Jonathan Files has got fired up. Here he gets through. He's going to join in just as Ken Carey will see him coming down, as will Noel Robinson. Jonathan really fired that up, got it out of pit lane. Noel Robinson goes through. Again, another fastest lap for Ken Carey, 52.863, 52.863, 102.965. Tony Greenan still third.
Files wisely lets Ken Carey away in front of him there, and Files slots in second on the tarmac, but a couple of laps behind, because here's Noel Robinson. 2 cars, similar sort of engines. Noel Robinson telling me about the history, and indeed Stanley Watson telling me about the history of this car. Nigel Islands, 2004 series car, and it's absolutely gorgeous in the Global Oils colours. Stanley Watson.
So both Noel there and Ken Carey setting into the 53s that time. Michael Rose puts in his fastest lap last time through. He's just gone through again to a 56.027. He's running well in 5th position. And Tom Cochran, that's his fastest lap of the weekend with a 57.673 in that new car to him. It's in the John Player Lotus colours. Noel Robinson, now having cleared Jonathan Files, is heading down the back, but already Cian Carey with just coming up to the 6 minute mark, 5.5 minutes actually coming up shortly. So still a few laps in this one yet as Cian goes through. Another fastest lap from him, 52.471. Noel Robinson goes to 52.932. That's his fastest lap of the circuit in that car. And Jonathan Files there putting in a 54.521. Greenan still third, Cochran fourth, Michael Roche, we're waiting to come through in sixth, crosses the line now in the Dallara 2006 car. Carey is out of the John Crossley chicane, heading down past the clubhouse. Hasn't been at Kirkistown for quite a few years, Cian Carey. He's been racing mostly in England over this past number of seasons, and that's Tom Cochran's motor there has started to misfire, so I expect Tom will be, if he can make it back to the pits, coming in.
Carey it is, then 7 laps completed and another fastest lap, 52.316, 53.063 then on that last lap for Noel Robinson. Tony Greenan then at 54.
John
Cochran, those four are really pushing themselves here. Michael Roche just a little bit further back.
Jonathan Files there will be around that poor start because he's now the third fastest man on the track with a 53.544. Cian Carey 52.316 is the fastest there, as Chris said, but Noel Robinson last time was down in the 53s again. Remember, he had a 52 in the previous lap. Now as Tom Cochran got going again, yep. Must have reset itself. There's no misfire that time as he goes through. Robinson goes through his fastest lap so far, a 52.827. Jonathan Files slightly slower that time, 53.864. And then we have Tony Greenan goes through third, Aaron Cochran in fourth position, waiting for Michael Roche as he comes down from the hairpin, but the leaders are already around the bottom end of the circuit. Cian Carey, fantastic turning in that little Formula 3 car down into the Formula 3 chicane. Noel Robinson just coming up behind Tom Cochran, so he will be a little bit held up there coming out of the chicane, and Tom Cochran can outgun him. He may have been off cylinders a few laps ago there whenever it was misfiring. He obviously found whichever dial you knew the twist, and certainly it's faster than Noel in a straight line down towards the hairpin. Carey comes up to complete lap 9, 8 minutes on the clock. Robinson through in second, both in the 53s that time.
Absolutely glorious sound of the two V6s. The sound waves just bouncing around County Down here then. Formula 3 cars just really lovely and nimble here. Cian Carey showing us what a Formula 3 car can still do. It's not all an arms race. There's still skill, there's still preparation involved in this premier class in Ireland. So Noel Robinson having disposed to Tom Cochran, and that is him past Gary Graham, and our leader is already up into the top hairpin. Mercedes engine, Chris Ditlin Racing, Dallara, one of the latest models of 317. He's in the 52s, low 52s, low 53s then for Noel Robinson that lap round. Time left on the clock is 5 minutes and 40 seconds plus 1 lap.
Yeah, times are beginning to slow a little bit. I imagine the tyres are going off here. And probably the driver's getting a little bit tired. As it goes through Cian Carey, I say he has done the British Formula 3 Championship there, one of them this past couple of years. So Noel Robinson actually, I think his only race so far this year was the first meeting when he won the second Formula Ford race of the year. He has been out then in the Boss and down at Mandela, but I say this is his only other appearance at Kirkistown. So Carey across the line, still in the high 52s. Noel Robinson, low 53, 53.034. And then we're waiting on Tony Green, and Tom Cochran comes down again. Tom is running 8th. That misfire is back, so he needs to find whichever button he found before. He's hanging over to the side there. Yep, Owen. Tom Cochran goes through as Tony Greenan come down. Tony's car there, the ex-Aaron Cochran car. It always just blaze a little bit of vapour goes out of it there as soon as he comes off the throttle. I think that car's actually currently for sale. Tony probably thinking of something better next year. That looks like problems for Gary Graham, or is he just trying to keep out of the way of the cars coming up behind him there? That may have been it. Tony Greenan coming through. So we're waiting as Cian Carey cross the line, and would you believe it, he's banged in another fastest lap, a 52.28. 104.113 miles per hour, 52.280. Noel Robinson through in second. Noel now doing a 53.378. Tom Cochran is popping and banging down the back as Tony Greenan comes through third. Aaron Cochran in the Gaswise car goes through in fourth position. His 2012 Delara. Then it's Gary Graham in the Formula Renault. Then it is Tom Cochran, and then it is Michael Roche goes through. Michael Roche there through in fifth position.
Here's our race leader then, Cian Carey. This will be 13 laps completed and 3 minutes and 25 seconds on the clock, and hounding him still
faster again.
Yeah.
Is he going to break out of the 52s? 52.061. My goodness, the sound of that car, it actually sets up a vibration here, and then it goes in through the microphones. You can hear it there of Noel Robinson going through, but Noel now lapping 53.225. Kieran 1.2 seconds a lap. The gap has gone up to 7 seconds. Greenan across the line in third. Aaron Cochran in fourth, and just looking, Aaron there pulled a little bit back. The gap I think is too much at this stage. It's 2.8 seconds, but he was almost 3/10 faster than him that time as Michael Roche comes down in fifth position. Remember, it's Daniel Faherty still sixth, then Gary Graham, then Tom Cochran, and here comes Cian Carey. Can he get under the 52s? No, he's rolled it. 52.157.
Searing pace from Cian Carey. Noel Robinson not giving up the fight. He is right there to pick up the pieces if Cian hesitates at all. Then Dan Faherty over the line. And here comes Tony Greenan from Hilltown up in the Mourns. Aaron Cochran from Drogheda. And next up should be Michael Roche. But Cian Carey it is. So far in front. Mercedes engine. 2 litre Formula 3 car bearing down already.
So
put another lap on some of these drivers.
Cian Carey crossed the line there again. He's rolled it off, and again Tom Cochran's car has come back on song as Noel Robinson goes 53.345. I imagine Noel will be happy with this. I say very little experience of the car before this weekend, and I say he's really saying yesterday he knew there was a lot of time in the car, but he said more importantly there's a lot of time left in me while I get to grips with it. I say just so many new controls, so many things to learn, totally different style of driving to what even in the Formula 3 car that Noel has been used to. Greenan there through 54.712, Aaron Cochran 54.656 fourth. So Tony Greenan has responded well. Looking to see the leader down into the hairpin. He's going to lap Michael Roche shortly. He's back into the 52s, but he's really coasting it there. He'll get the last lap fly board next time around. Gary Graham now has problems.
Yeah, Gary Graham just coasting over, just not sure what it is. He's continued to coast.
So we have 2 fairly slow cars there out on the track now. I say each with problems. Gary Graham and Tom Cochran. As Daniel Faherty comes through, Daniel's been getting his lap times down. He had a 57.375 for his best last time. He's in 7th or 6th position. Gary Graham in 7th, Tom Cochran in 8th. Michael Roche, the back end stepping out there as he just come out of the hairpin that time. So the last lap board has gone out. Seamus Mulholland has it out here to Cian Carey. Roche is through. Noel Robinson will see it. So hopefully second place on his debut in this car. Stanley Watson's for Noel. Again, you hear the sound, glorious sound there as it goes down through. Great drive this has been though from Tony Greenan. Say just that little familiar vapour plume goes up as they on the run into the hairpin. The car that he got last year from Aaron Cochran and has really outperformed him here today. Aaron will still lead the championship, I think, at the end. Remember, overall he was leading from Tony Greenan.
And here is our race leader taking the checker flag. It's a convincing, absolutely dominant win for Cian Carey.
Michael Roche coming down now. He will take 5th position, and then it's Noel Robinson in 2nd in the Global Oils car number 55. Listen, engine there in full song. We didn't get that vibrato or whatever it is at the very top end of the rev range that time as he eased it off after the flag. So we're waiting on Greenan and Cochran, the men who are 1 and 2 in the championship at the start of the race, and it is going to be its locals 2nd and 3rd. Tony Green from Hilltown takes it, then the Drogheda driver Aaron Cochran is 4th. His dad Tom coming across the line behind him, he will finish 7th there. Daniel Flaherty is across the line as well in 6th position, and Gary Graham is in 8th. So just the 8th finishers. Joe Christian, unfortunately, a non-starter, and Jonathan Files there say got going, but only 4 laps completed. So great win there for Cian Carey, as that is the first of the boss. Remember, they will be out later.